The problem is that the ring won't go on easily. See that one right there. And I will calculate the cost and put it here for. These girls love these dried leaves. I get them from a friend. Hello, friend. Welcome back to Safe at Homestead. If you are new here, my name is Elena and welcome. I am out in the garden, you guys. I don't know when was the last time I came out here, but I am here because I am already thinking about this spring and what I'm going to be putting in and where I'm going to be putting it and just checking things out a little bit. And I got a little bit of a surprise. I have onions growing in two beds that I had onions in before. When I pulled the onions out, I noticed maybe 2 weeks or so later that there were some that I missed, and I came and I got all those. And I think the mister even found some and pulled those. So I am surprised that there are this many here in the garden right now. Other thing that's happening is I have two beds of garlic that I planted in November, I think, and one bed has quite a few of the garlic coming up. The other bed, I think, has one. I hope that is not a problem, that something's going on with that bed. Probably not. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So you guys, last week was a doozy. I mean, I don't know why. I think I wake up and I think that I'm going to have all the energy in the world and that I'm going to be able to do all the things. But that wasn't the case. But I did get a few things done and I want to share those things with you. So I'm happy that you are here. So the first thing that I'm going to share is last Friday, I believe. I think I was only able to do one thing, maybe two. But I know it started out with, you know what's funny? The chickens are making so much noise, and they do that when they hear me talking. Can you hear them? Anyways, I made dog food. It was urgent. It was urgent for me to make dog food because we were totally out and we have to feed our tucks. So let's get started by watching how I made dog food. I'm making it a different way than how I have been making it before and shared with you. This way, I think, is I don't know that it's easier, but it certainly is less expensive. Where are my girls? Where are my girls? Hey, you. Hey, you. Where are my girls? Yeah, did you guys hear me talk? Hey, you. Yeah, the most talkative one, that's Rosie. Yeah, how about some scratch? How about some scratch? Okay, let's get to the video. Okay, so I am making some rice as well for this dog food. I have to debone the chicken and I am going to peel and cut up these vegetables. I use frozen peas, I use sweet potatoes, just
Okay,
different
potatoes
vegetables.
and carrots are in the broth. The next step while this cooks is to debone the chicken.
Here is one container. I have put all the things together, the potatoes and carrots, some of the broth, the rice, and I chopped the chicken a little bit smaller and added that. And I put a third of a can of pumpkin. And as far as supplementation, I add turmeric and I add some calcium that I make from my own chicken eggshells.
So I think I'm going to get two more of these. So I have a total of 3, if not 4. So let me get to work. Okay, so I am done. I have 3 containers, 4.5 pounds each, so that's 13 pounds of feed, and I will calculate the cost and put it here for you. Later that night, I just had to make these cookies, you guys. I have had these 2 sticks of butter softening for quite a long time. I didn't get to put the Heath in the cookies, but they were fine just with just as chocolate chips. So I pushed myself to make these, freeze them, and now I have them available for whenever I get a craving. It is 2 days later, and since it's the weekend, I have the mister at home to help me if I should need it. So I had a package of, let's see, I think it was 6.5 pounds of ground beef that I wanted to can. I have mentioned to you guys before that I hate the texture and the way ground beef that's canned tastes. And I found this new way of doing it. I saw someone doing it on YouTube and I gave it a try and I love it and the mister likes it, and so that's what I am doing here. This is not an approved way of canning ground beef. I mentioned that before as well, but it's a way that I will eat. Um, I am not draining any of the fat. I am picking up uh, the meat in the spoon, and whatever fat comes along with it, that goes in the jar. So um, once I get it in the jar, I will do the usual, which is to clean my rims and put lids and rings on. When I'm doing that, you will see that I have a little bit of a problem with a couple of the jars, and I've had that happen multiple times, and I think I figured out the problem today. So here I am cleaning my rims with vinegar, and as I get, I think, the third rim or ring on, you will see I encounter a little problem. The problem is that the ring won't go on easily. See that one right there? And it kind of gets stuck. And I worry about leaving that leaving that ring on. And I think I have the same problem there again. I think the problem is that I used to buy Kerr jars and as well as Ball, and I only buy Ball lids. I haven't seen Kerr lids anywhere. And I think that when I encounter a Kerr ring and try to put it on with a Ball lid, there is the slightest difference in size, and so yeah, I choke with that, and so I don't know. I'm not going to get rid of the jars. I don't know if it's the jars or what, but I just switch out the rings whenever I have a problem like that. I was just looking through the little orifice there on the lid. I always check that just in case there is any obstruction. And I took that jar out because I wanted you guys to see the level of the fat in the jar. It's just under half, so it's not full of fat. So I washed my pans. Here I am greasing my cast iron, and I had breakfast, some oatmeal and an orange. Okay, these have been out for a little bit. I don't know why it's coming off pink. It really isn't pink. I think maybe that's because you can see the bubbling still going on. I think that's because that's where the fat is, maybe. We'll see. In a little bit, when it's really cool, it'll be white. These 7 jars make for 24 on my shelves right now. Here's a view from my front porch I wanted to share. The sky is so beautiful right now. Let's go to the barn, the goat barn. The mister's doing a couple of projects that I asked him to take care of. We have quite a bit more to get done in this barn. We're just doing one thing at a time. The girls love these dried leaves. I get them from a friend. I've said it before how much I love one-pot dishes, especially if I am tired or not feeling well, as is the case today. So let me show you this one-pot dish that I love. It starts with some garlic and onions and a tablespoon of butter just cut up. I'm going to pop it in the oven to get the butter melted and to start cooking the onions and garlic just a little bit. The oven is set to 350 and I will leave it in there for maybe, I don't know, let's just say 10 minutes. Next thing I will do is add the rice. I'm gonna put, I think I have just over 1.5 cups of liquid, so I'm gonna put a cup of rice. I might add a little bit more. Stir. I want to stir the onions in and the garlic in. And then I'm going to put this chicken on top. Now this chicken is boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I seasoned it with just the usual. So let's see, salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, paprika, and I think that's it. Had to wash my hands. And then here is the chicken broth. I put a cup of chicken broth and half a cup of water, a little more than half a cup of water. And this is going back in the oven for 30 minutes, covered with foil, and then 20 minutes uncovered. So I'm in the pantry trying to figure out what jar to pull from the shelves. Bourbon chicken it is. I made some rice, which is pretty easy. Chopped up some broccoli and getting ready to prepare the bourbon chicken. We are tired, so I just wanted something quick and easy. So I just poured the broth from the jar into my pan. You could see the pieces of fat floating on top. And here I am just getting some arrowroot powder, and I'm going to use this to thicken the gravy. I am just stir-frying the broccoli with some salt and pepper and onion powder and some olive oil. And you can see the broth starting to boil, so I am pouring the arrowroot powder mixture in, and we will let that come to a boil and start to thicken. I am not um, that familiar with bourbon chicken. I think I've had it once, but I decided to can it because I know the mister likes it. So this is at a rolling boil right now, so I'm going to turn it down and add the chicken to it. So because I'm not that familiar with it, when I tasted it, I felt like it needed some more brown sugar. So, or some brown sugar, so I added some. Right now I'm just putting the meat in and we'll just warm it through and dinner will be ready. By the way, the mister said it was perfect and it tasted like bourbon chicken. He is the bourbon chicken expert, so he would know. Like I said, we were just so tired today. I managed to make dinner because I had this meal on my shelf already prepared. We didn't even want to wash dishes, so out came the paper plates and plastic forks. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time.